Hello, everyone. It's John, your Indian Cinemaniac, with another 10-ish minute review. Okay, before I get to my review, I want to clear up something. First of all, I reviewed the last film I reviewed was Queen, and apparently I got the actress's name wrong. I pronounced it wrong. Let me get my little thing here. I want to make sure that I pronounce it right. And it was explained to me in the comment section that her name is pronounced Kangana. Kangana Ranut. Kangana Ranut. Like Kung Pao chicken is how it was described to me. So I apologize for that. Love that movie. By the way, I told you my mother was going to watch it. I recommended it to my mom, who's also an Indian cinemaniac, and she loved it. She called me after she watched it, and she just thought it was an adorable film, and the woman in it was adorable. And she's starting to watch. She's 84 years old, so she's starting to watch movies with subtitles, like all movies, not just foreign films. So because of that, she's watching all kinds of films, Indian films, Spanish films, and she loves them. And she's doing it on her own. I mean, I recommend stuff now and then, but she's doing it on her own. So you've got another Cinemaniac right there. And one of these days, I'm going to get her on the show again. She did an 80 for Brady, but I want her to do an Indian movie. So look for that in your future. Okay, so before I get on to the reviews, you know the drill. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and smash that like button. Little thing for you, big thing for the channel. Okay, so I went out of order by mistake. I did not do that intentionally. I'm supposed to do. Oh God, you know what? I'm going to screw up the name. I think it's Secret Superstar. Is that what it is? Secret Superstar with Amir Khan. Secret Superstar. Let me see if that's the one. Yes. No. Yes. Secret Superstar. That's it. Yeah. So that's going to be the next one I'm going to do. So I apologize. I did them out of order. And the one that won in the poll here was Don 2, starring Shah Rukh Khan, or as we all know him, SRK. And someone brought up a great point in the comment section is why should I watch Don 2 before I've seen Don 1? Great point. So on this particular show, I'm going to review both. That's right. I watched both of them for you. Now, I also was told I should watch the original with Abhishek Bachchan, Abhitash Bachchan. But it's not available with subtitles, so I cannot watch it. Now, I have given you guys my post office box. If you have it in DVD and it's in subtitles, send it to me, and I will be thrilled to watch it. But because I cannot, I watched Dawn 1 and Dawn 2. So let's get to the review. And I'm going to do this review differently. I'm not going to review each movie individually. I'm going to kind of review them as a continuing story. So Dawn was in 2006. Dawn 2 was in 2013. Both of them were written and directed by Farhan Akhtar. And obviously it stars Shah Rukh Khan, Boman Irani, who was Virus in Three Idiots. And man, what a difference in the roles. And by the way, in the second movie, he looked in much better shape than in the first movie. And they're set 5 years apart, but he was kind of dumpy and heavy in the first one. It didn't move very well. Second one, he lost some weight, you could tell. And I think it's he probably did it because, you know, the character's been in prison for so many years. Priyanka Chopra is in both of these movies, and she is, you know, a gorgeous woman. I just got to tell you, she is just gorgeous. And it's funny, in the first one, she's going for revenge for her brother getting killed by Dawn. In the second one, she's a cop. So in 5 years, she became a really successful cop. So you got to stretch it just a little bit. Also, the Dawn's girlfriend in the first one was Isha Kopakar, who played Anita. And in the second one, it was Lara Duda. No, Lam Duda. Wait a minute. Is it Lam Duda or Lara Duda? I can't even read my own writing here. So, you know me, I always want to be accurate, even when I screw up the names. So let me just make sure that I'm saying her name right here. Dawn 2. This is riveting. I know this is so riveting for you guys, but I want to get it right. And it's my fault because of my writing. Let's see. Lara Duda. Lara Duda. She plays Aisha. And I don't know if they were supposed to be the same character or not. Obviously, they've got different names, but they kind of filled the same role. In the first one, Kareena Kapoor has a cameo. She plays the Chopra's brother's wife, who goes for revenge against Dawn and ends up, spoilers, getting killed. And she's as beautiful as ever. And I read that they gave her a hard time because she was heavy. And in the dance number, she looked heavy. I don't know, man. If that's heavy, I'm into heavy. But this whole character of Dawn, it's funny because the two movies were in stark contrast as far as he goes. He's a genius, right? He's outsmarting everybody. But in the first movie, he was bad. I mean, he was a really great villain. And I loved his portrayal. Likable, but still a villain. Did some really awful things in the movie. In the second one, he was almost I don't know, it was almost like an anti-hero. It had Ocean's 11, The Matrix. It had that kind of vibe to it. It was actually ended up being a heist film. Where the first one was a character study about a bad guy. The second one really was a heist film. Now they both have twists in it. The first one where he played two characters. He played VJ and he played Dawn. Um, the twist, I don't know about the twist there. Uh, too many things, too many things fell into place for that twist at the end to actually work. And they tell you the twist at the end, then they backtrack with flashbacks, and they do the same thing in the second movie too, to explain away everything. And some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't. But it was kind of my biggest. And by the way, I really enjoyed both these movies. I really did. You could see why people like it. Great action, great fight scenes, and he's a pretty magnetic presence. Now, I'm going to throw out something to you guys. Acting wise, as an actor, I know how big Shah Rukh Khan is. I mean, the more I read about him, the more I realize this guy's like a god in India. I mean, but as an actor, and you guys know how I feel about Amir Khan, as an actor, and I know they're kind of rivals. Which one do you think is the better actor? Not the better presence, because they both have presence. Shah Rukh Khan, his presence is different, and it's pretty obvious why he's such a superstar. Just a charming guy. I mean, even when he's being bad, you like him, and and he did, like I said in the first movie, he did some real awful things, but you still like him. And I'm wondering what you guys think. Which one is the better actor? And I don't think Amir Khan is quite as big as Shah Rukh Khan. They're both gigantic in India. But it seems to me Shah Rukh Khan is the OG, as the kids say, But anyway, back to the first one. I'll go down a couple of things that I really liked about it. When he was watching Tom and Jerry in the bathtub, which again is a hint to the twist at the end to show you that when it was supposed to be VJ, it was actually, spoilers. It was actually Dawn. I don't know. Maybe makes sense, but I don't know. Kareena Kapoor, when she did her seduction number with her gold sparkly dress, I thought it was hot. I thought her weight was good. I don't really get that. They had a chase scene, and they were doing split screens, which is a technique that De Palma does, Brian De Palma. And then when they introduced VJ, who's a likable guy, seems to be a little slow, but they do this big dance number. It's a great number, and Shah Rukh Khan is a fantastic dancer. So I love that opening number. And then with Jajit, they kind of do his backstory to explain him. And again, he just came out of nowhere, and you're like, well, how do these all tie together? And they do. And then the other thing I liked, when he parachuted down, the little kids are throwing that little parachute that we all had when we were kids. And then Dawn comes parachuting down. And that was a great action scene, too, when they escaped out of the plane. The drunk scene that he did with Chopra was hilarious. Drinking that stuff, it looks like milk to me, but it's got to be spiked milk or something, because he was getting drunk. But that dance number was great. Yeah, as always, it goes on forever, but it was good. The fight at the end, that location was really cool. I've never seen that before. And again, the ending, the twist where you find out. And the way they do it's kind of clever, when he whispers in her ear about Wildcat and she recognizes for what it is. But I don't know. I don't know if I bought that he pretended to be VJ the whole time because things were happening that to VJ that if he was really Don, it wouldn't have happened. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I did. The music was great. The music was great in both the movies, and the frenetic action. It just never stops. It's never boring. And their movie. I think it was 227. One was 240. It never felt long. It really did. There was always something going on. And then the second one, which was just so different from the first one, because it really was, like I said at the opening, just uh, a heist movie. But even when they introduce him at the beginning with the long hair and the glasses, and he gets in that fight, and you know that everyone's trying to kill him. He's a bad guy from the first film, right? He killed a lot of people, but there you are rooting for him, and he's surrounded by everybody, and he's like, no worries, I'm going to get out of this. And he takes that Uzi and just spins around in the circle, starts shooting everybody. That's a great scene, a great action piece. And now Chopper's a cop. They show her in the gun range, and there's Malik. Malik is back, but he's retiring without capturing Dawn. And then the scene that I'm sure Indian audiences went crazy because, from what I understand, it was hidden. Originally, Farhan Akhtar wanted Hrithik Roshan as Dawn, but for whatever reason he didn't do it, which was probably good because Shah Rukh Khan is so good at this. But he plays Dawn with a mask on, so when he walks in, you only see his feet, and then they don't show his face. Then all of a sudden the camera pulls up, and there's Hrithik Roshan. And I'm sure and they kept that hidden, so the audience must have gone crazy. And then they do the Mission Impossible thing, he tears his face off, and it's Dawn. I thought that was great. And then the line that he uses throughout both movies, and this is from the original Dawn, from what I understand. It's not just difficult to catch me; it's almost impossible. And that's a line that he says it at the end, says it at the beginning. It had I already mentioned The Matrix and Ocean's 11, but it also had Mission Impossible when he goes in the vault and he's upside down and that moron drops the pebble. And again, it had a twist ending. But after watching the first one, and I watched these a day apart, so you were anticipating a twist. So you kind of knew what was happening, because again, it's a bit of a cheat because the computer guy, Samir, I think his name was, he looks at a picture of his wife, pregnant wife, right? And then he calls the cops. So that scene that nobody sees but you, the audience, makes you believe that he's changed his mind about this whole thing because he's feeling guilty, right? Why do that scene? Because nobody sees it. So that's just to throw the audience off that this is real, right? And it's not real. So to me, that's kind of a cheat, right? I appreciated that because you knew he was going to do something. You knew this wasn't all in the up and up. And actually, I thought the twist was going to be that Vardan was playing the other guy for Dawn's sake, and they were, he was just setting the guy up. But that's not what happened. Vardan turned against him, and they have that big fight at the end. Again, great location at the end, great fight scene with Dawn and Vardan, and but he's alive. So if they make a third one, I'm sure he'll be a part of it. So I thought that was a bit of a cheat. And at the end, obviously, they flash back and explain how they did everything, right? So they give you the backstory, they fill it in for you. And that, again, that location on that bridge, I don't know where that bridge is, but that was a really cool location. And the stuff they shot in Germany. And again, as I did research on this guy is a gigantic star in Germany. So Germany let them film in locations that normally you can't film in. And I also read that Chopra and Khan did most of their own stunts. And there's some great stunts in here. The fight scenes are choreographed really well. And I understand that the first, no, that was, I'm sorry, that was Bahubali. But I want to see this character again. I just found it. I found it the 5-year gap that the character changed so much to almost, I don't want to say noble in the second movie, but he was kind of noble. He saved the cop, right? And that was all part of the setup. But does he really love her? Because she loves him. That was obvious. I don't know, but he wasn't as evil as he was in the first one. I'm sure that was a conscious choice because they want to appeal more to families, because that's the thing with these movies, right? That's why there's so many big musical numbers. And I even heard there was a Don action figure. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this. One of the lines he uses is "Make me an offer I can't refuse," which is from The Godfather and the Don. Don Corleone said that. So I thought that was great. So yeah, I loved both of these movies. They flew such a contrast from the English of English and Queen that I just watched. But I'm Shah Rukh Khan. I'm really starting to dig. You know, he's still not Amir Khan, but I haven't seen as many films with him. But yeah, he's definitely got the presence out there. I understand why people like him so much. So that's it for those two films. I liked them. If you have not seen them, I spoiled the crap out of them. So I hope you don't mind that. But yeah, excellent choices. I'm glad I watched them. And so that's it for that one. Now, again, I'm going to watch Secret Superstar. That's the next one I'm going to watch. I'm on vacation, so for a week. I'm going to try to shoot this while I'm on vacation. You know what luck I had with that when I was on the road, but I'm going to try for you guys. So, with that kind of effort, I mean, really, doesn't that deserve a subscription, a notification, a smashing of the like button? Huh? What do you say? Do it. Do it. The world will be a happier place if you do. Okay. And shout out to the Prime Minister for coming to the U.S. He met with the president. Kudos to him. So welcome to America, sir. And I also, one other thing I want to talk about. I understand you guys are having a massive heat wave, and it's really affecting a lot of people. And I'm sorry to hear about that. So be safe out there. Stay hydrated, okay? All right, that's it. We'll talk to you next time with the 10-ish minute review. I am your Indian Cinemaniac. Thanks for watching.